And welcome back to the IEM Katowice Closed Qualifiers for the CIS region. I'm Hysterics. This is Pilly next to me. We're about to jump into our game between pro100 and their kind of take moving forward and see if they can make a qualification match.
Yeah, it should be pretty interesting. I mean, both of these teams, I feel like, are pretty deserving of the minor. Both could do damage there against some of their regional counterparts, you know, heading into your LAN matches and stuff like that. So the fact that only one of them is going to get to go through, it's going to be a bit of a heartbreaker for somebody. Doesn't matter who it is, though.
Well, I mean, it does matter who it matters to them anyway. Yeah. But for a team like forZe, you know, you were talking up a lot of the players there. It seems to be kind of the team to watch going forward.
I don't know. Both of them are kind of the team to watch. It should be a pretty even match. That's why I kind of picked it. I don't want to see like an easy walkover. I don't want to watch another team that might be a little bit of a mix struggle to, you know, play proper Counter-Strike. I want to see a nice match between two teams that are long-standing and actually have some strats and some depths to their play and a map pool and have all their ducks in a row.
Here's hoping. We start on Mirage, we move to Inferno, we finish on Nuke. We are about to jump into game, and I believe players are ready. That's just what we're waiting for. So I don't know what time it is in Russia. They better slow down. That's all I've got. That's my one joke for the evening. And for a fun fact as well, we're actually both Eastern European. Somewhat. Yeah. We're both partially Ukrainian, but we're very Australian and no words.
I'm pretty sure some of the pro100 guys are Ukrainian, so you know you can go for your national pride if you want.
Yeah, I was reading up a little bit there. I think Russian, Ukrainian kind of be the follow around. Again, Azerbaijan, Uzbekistan is in there. I just like saying Azerbaijan, obviously. Kazakhstan. What else? There's a couple of countries in there.
I think it's mostly Kazakhs. It's mostly Kazakhs, Russians, and Ukrainians, and then there's a couple Lithuanians, and those are the sort of the main regions, at the main countries that represent the region. And then I don't think there's too many others. There's just the same flags that you see sort of representing those kind of regions and those kind of players over and over again.
Yeah. So
when it comes to the CIS,
and especially for us, I mean, Ukrainian pride, I guess. So
yeah, so we better go for pro100, right?
You're Polish as well, so
yeah. Look, let's not even talk about Polish CS:GO at this point in time. A couple of years ago, go back a couple of years, and then you know, I'm happy to go on about it.
But not anymore. No. Again, about to start into that first game, looking towards pro100 to kind of make their run through. We're looking at the bracket a little bit before, and it kind of showed us that the lower bracket run has been pretty fierce so far. A lot of 2-1s from what I saw, and a lot of opportunities for upsets. Again, hoping that this goes the mile here, Pilly, because if it doesn't, I'll be very disappointed. We'll take another look at that bracket. In the lower bracket, I'm so wrong. Everything was a 2-0, except for the Monolith and Pugstars game. So really quite the opposite here, so it's been a bit cutthroat.
Yeah, it definitely has. I mean, we'll see between forZe and pro100. This probably should be a 2-1. The main thing as well is in the other game, this is Gambit's last chance to go through to the minor. Previously, comprising at least 2 out of a 5-man lineup who were major winners like maybe a year ago or something like that, maybe a bit more. And now potentially going out in the lower bracket and not even making it to the minor, that would be a pretty difficult pill to swallow. But I imagine that they're going to be able to overcome a team like Pugstars unless, you know, some crazy stuff happens, maybe some big performances from some of the boys over there. But we probably expect them to see them through to the minor. I think the 4 teams that made it through the upper bracket into the minor are mostly expected, except for maybe Namiga over Gambit. Under Pressure and Simon, teams that I'm not as familiar with. forZe and pro100, the fact that they have to go up against each other for a qualification spot while Under Pressure and Simon are making it through to the minor is a bit sad. I feel like I would love to see both forZe and pro100 both go through to the minor, but unfortunately, this is just how the cookie crumbles. Sometimes you get drawn against a team you really don't want to get drawn against, and you end up going out of a tournament that you feel like you should have a place at. But that's just how it works. Sometimes the bracket works that way.
Potential new names coming in as well, and a team like Simon, I mean, that's very creative itself, or maybe it's Simon. Oh, now there's question marks. But a team like Gambit, I mean, there's still those expectations when they go up against someone like Pugstars. They had a bit of a rough run through the lower bracket, 2-1 over Monolith. It's not the most convincing thing when you see all the 2-0s on the board. Against Gambit, that'll be a different question. But of course, that match will be running while we look at forZe and pro100.
Yeah, probably should run a lot quicker. That should be probably a 2-0 for Gambit, whereas I assume this series probably should be a 2-1, but there's potential for either of these teams to be able to eke it out, probably in a close 2-0 manner. Yep. I don't know who I'm backing going into this one. I'm just hoping to see a good game of Counter-Strike. I'm pretty sure that that's going to deliver. A lot of the games I've been watching of forZe recently indicates to me that they're in some pretty good form. Also, pretty confident that they can play all 3 of these maps. pro100 I'm a little bit less familiar with, but I know they are more than capable of being able to take out forZe, so should be a pretty good series. Hoping for a 3-mapper, hoping for some close maps, hoping for some big plays, and I don't know, that's all I really have to say.
I think that's fair, Pilly. I think we're hoping for our first 3-mapper here. Moving on to the CIS region, we started with South America at the start of today, or at least the start of our morning, at 1 o'clock here, Australian Eastern Daylight Time. Now it is 4:30. And boy, oh boy, I like reminding you of the time here in Australia to show you how committed we are to bringing you these CIS games. pro100, forZe, moving on to Mirage to kick things off. And that first map lead, that is what is going to make a big impact here in this series. Even if it goes the distance, we'll find out. And here we are about to kick things off. We have confirmed Pilly. So don't get upset. Don't get angry. It's happening. It's finally happening.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this series is a bit of a marathon rather than a sprint for once. You know, you look at the in-series, that's a bit more of a sprint. They just got straight through that one pretty quick. But this one, I think, is going to be a 3-mapper. It should be all close maps. Get to see across a larger sample size who's going to have the goods, who's going to play better CS on the team scale once we start to get into the 3rd map. Everyone's getting a little tired. Aim's getting a bit sloppy. We'll
see if they can keep it up. But for now, there's the hope. Finally, we begin here at Mirage. forZe and pro100. Let's jump in. Hoping for all 3 maps.
All right, so P250 dropped over onto Kenzor. Def's got the only utility on their side of the T. XC Powers just lost a whole lot of health. Smoke onto jungle side, or it might have been connector, and a flash over the top. Doesn't hit Almazer, and he's able to get himself a pick pretty early on here. Ivan with a pick over onto B, actually, on FaceCrack, pushing through the apps. Jungle control is taken by the T's, but they've lost the bomb at ramp, and they're not in position to be able to get it. And Jerry punishes the jungle push. These kills are just happening everywhere.
Yeah, really back and forth, 2 versus 3. Mirage will see the person coming into snipers. Almazer just again getting a couple of quick shots off. Mirage left by himself. Suddenly a 2 versus 1 for forZe. This round's just turned around in their favor. Quick picks here and trying to escape out of Con. Will find the trade-off onto Jerry. Now for the 1 versus 1. What a good start to the round. Flourish there, pop down. Now Almazer, 4 kills there in the pistol round.
Huge performance from him, especially in some of the other games that we were watching. He was a bit up and down. So if Almazer's going to show up into this game and FaceCrack still on point, still got XC Power going off on the AWP, could be pretty scary for pro100 to be able to deal with. Now for the anti-eco, CTs with a couple SMGs across the board and some FAMASs. We want to see those SMGs picking up most of the frags so that they can get that that increased money. $600 in the bank is no small amount. And it does look like they're all heading towards XC Power here.
Russian sitting with the MP9, just going to go underneath the scaffolding. And no push just yet. This is interesting. It's very interesting. They'll find Jerry, but Jerry just turns around and gets 2 anyway. The push coming out onto the A bomb site, and you saw the opportunity, but instantly denied. XC Power, the only one to drop so far. And Flourish again with the MP9. See if you can find anything here around main box. There's a second. So disrupting a little bit of that economy. You saw the flank, you saw the build-up. And we didn't want to get our hopes up. And you could see why. Jerry just turns around and pops him in the head.
Indeed. Here's the buyout from the T's, though. And with 2 guns lost for the CT, it's going to have to be a reinvestment into the rifles. Probably a better buy here for the T's than the CTs, as is often the case nowadays with this new money system. I feel a bit unfair at times. Here comes the mid control for the T side, and XC Power the unders push. It's a double unders push. And not able to convert onto Def there. They've lost mid control and they need to fight out from unders. It's going to be a difficult task.
Nade out there onto Jerry. Ivan going to follow this through into Con. Jerry lives. Almazer able to peek out as well. That trade onto Ivan. 3 versus 3. A lot of damage onto Jerry, nice and early too. That M4A1S is still alive. Look at the rotation coming through, heading towards A. You can see that Kenzo has control towards A main, but onto stairs, waits Jerry. Just a one tap away.
Alright. So 3-on-3, T's heading back towards A. Should give them a pretty good chance of winning this round because Flit's at jungle, but he's only got an ump, so he's not going to be able to make any impact at this point, unfortunately. Man, these changing up at the camera angles got me very excited.
Yeah, it's...
Alright, so here's a fun... we'll get into this in a sec once the 3v3 resolved.
Yeah, hang on, because Jerry still holding stairs, just peeks out with the FAMAS. No luck. Bomb plant going down. Flit's here, though. Perfect angle of CT.
God.
Almeza coordinates there as well. 3 kills instantly.
Look at Jerry on the assist as well. The triple assist from Jerry, just getting all the damage done. There's a round for forZe.
What was your fun fact?
Well, my fun fact is that all of forZe are Russians, and then pro100's Latvian and Ukrainian.
Okay.
So, there you go.
I think I said Lithuania, or at least you said Lithuania before, so...
Yeah, but none of these guys are Lithuanian. I was just talking about the scene in general.
Well...
So if you want to go for the national pride, pro100's the way to go, mate.
Definitely, mate. I don't want to feel biased, but, you know, I feel I feel a tendency to back pro100.
I'm going to back forZe because they have a guy named Jerry on their team, which is just one of the greatest aliases I've ever seen.
Did you ever watch Seinfeld or
no?
No, all right. Well, you're missing out. Let's find out if pro100 can bring themselves back into Mirage. Still early days, of course, but you see for forZe, able to clutch out some of these situations.
Yeah, I mean, the last gun round was definitely winnable from pro100. It's just didn't have much utility left into the late round there, and although they got themselves onto the bomb site, pretty difficult prospect to be able to convert that.
Plenty of utility now, though.
Yeah, really good buy for both teams. XCPower's got the orb though and could definitely make some impact with it if the flashes aren't good. Oh. They are good, but he still hits the shot through them, and that's going to be a bitter pill to swallow for pro100, losing a player as well as a lot of HP on your Kendar pretty early on into this round, maybe 20 seconds in.
Even blinded out. You see over towards Apps, XCPower. He's probably going to have a bit of a standoff soon with Def. Peek there. XCPower finds another. 2 early kills into the round. 2 members down for pro100. The slow push coming through from Kenzel up towards Palace. You can see there's a bit of an A-stack happening here from forZe. The peek comes out from Almeza, finds 2. The third from FaceCrack. forZe just clean up these rounds perfectly.
Almeza's 10-0, 4K in the pistol. They're just absolutely demolishing pro100 before pro100 get any map control. They're losing players. They're losing a lot of damage, like, very early on into the piece, and they're going to need to keep these rounds more competitive. They need to find themselves some advantages to be able to work off of, because it always just feels like they're running uphill.
A good tack pause here from pro100. What is happening seems to be the question. And at the moment, they need an answer for it. pro100 just haven't been able to get these advantages, as you were saying before, get some advantages in these rounds. So moving towards round number 6. Let's find out, because forZe have taken the lead and taken a strong one at that. The M4A1S for Almeza has just been perfect.
It's just been one of those games where, like, it doesn't even feel like 5 minutes have gone past and forZe is just smacking them out of the server, basically. It's been a pretty quick one. pro100 need to break up the momentum a little bit, because sometimes these CS games where someone's just multi-fragging you every round, or you're losing a pick very early on, it can get really disheartening, and you can feel like you've barely had a chance to get yourself in the game before you're already down 8-0 or 7-0, 8-0, something like that. You feel pretty hopeless at some point. You kind up, trying to get a pick with the dig on that player on top of the wardrobe, trying to use the one-way. And CT's pretty spread out here. Just try not to play too many close angles and get too involved with these pistols in some situations that may favour the T's a little bit more. Here's some flashes into middle, a bit of mid-control. The nade absolutely dunks your Kindar and FaceCrack. There it is. He's getting in their face.
Down now. Might just secure things as well. Big expectations coming into this game. Jerry setting the tone with the help of FaceCrack as well on a bomb site. It's just Flourish now. Trying to take some more guns off the side of forZe. XCPower the only one to drop so far, but still an AWP in hand of Jerry. That M4A1S, which has been such a pain. And Almeza, Deagle's out again. Whacks one. Face crack actually goes down, but only 2 guns down. And now for pro100. With that loss bonus, the question will be there if they can find a round on the board.
Yeah, full loss bonus, but it doesn't even matter at this point because forZe, they've just got so much cash in the bank. Well, these rounds haven't been close at all, and it's getting a bit out of control from pro100. Mirage was their pick, but they're struggling to get a T round on the board now. Ivan's able to pick up the AWP. They've got util again. They've had a little bit of chance to talk about what's happening. They've had a bit of chances to take their tack pause and adjust, but this time it's a change up from the CTs. Flit's getting aggressive up in the top mid smoke, and should be a question of if he's going to get sent in with the flash.
Power behind him as well, towards connector, but Flit, that aggression doesn't pay off. It's Flourish with the opening frag here on round 7. And Under's Power just watching this angle with the AWP. Molly down.
Bit of a slower one for pro100, just taking their time. They've punished the aggression from Flit. They've punished the change up. Almeza is looking to do the impact from Catwalk along with Power. He gets punished by Flourish again. Been so good on this counter aggression in middle. Yakindar punishing another player. Only 2 CTs left on A, and it looks like the Ts are going to group up for a bit of a B split. Great call to finish out the round. Smoke onto top connector. No one from A side's going to be able to stop him.
Yeah, Jerry's walking towards it, trying to find a pick before they plant that bomb, and he might be able to get 1 or 2 crosses there. They now know he's in market too, so this is going to be the issue for Jerry to get out alive. On top of Van, peeks there, he can't flick up, and Kenzo gets a gun, face crack, AWP's in, he's out. And there's no point challenging this one, so pro100 will pick up their first round of a couple of good picks.
Yeah, definitely. Flourish doing a fantastic job in middle, shutting down plenty of these CT players who are trying to get aggressive. I mean, it's something that you often want to do when you get a bit more CT money built up, is that, you know, you can go for the aggression on the CT side, because if it doesn't work, if you do get shut down, it's fine. You can buy into the next one. Whereas if your backs are up against the wall, you're getting threatened by the reset potential, you may not feel as confident going for some of those plays.
Confidence seems to be the name of the game. Let's move forward. pro100. They'll get a full buy-in here as well. Another good time for attack pause, I feel.
I mean, yeah. I don't know what they're really going to discuss at this point. I mean, they're definitely buying...
Why did we drop around?
Look at yourself in the mirror. Stop losing. If only Jordan was here. Anyway. I mean, there's not a whole lot they can say about that last round. They went for the aggression into that top mid smoke. It was punished by Flourish pretty well, and that's really all there was to it. I mean, I don't know what you really talk about in this tack pause in particular. Maybe whether you want a double AWP or not. Looks like they are going to go for it. This is a pretty scary double AWP setup between Jerry and Power. It's something we see them go towards on a lot of different maps on the CT side. It can be quite difficult for some teams to deal with. Sure, pro100 will be pretty well aware of that, and unfortunately Power could have got up onto the catwalk there. Face crack opening things up towards ramp. Flourish again denies the aggression in middle.
Yeah, it's a 1-for-1 across the board, and again it's for Kenzo. He dropped so early into the round.
Love the change up from forZe to actually throw the AWP over to face crack once he's lost a bit of health. Flourish going to smoke out the window and try to throw some utility, push some of these CTs that might be aggressive up cat or up con away back into the bomb sites, force them to be a little bit more honest, but a lot of control over A, it feels, for forZe at this point. Face crack's going to be denied the pick from Ticket.
Smoke. Oh, that was close as well. HE grenade sent downward. Bit of damage.
It's going to be an A split through connector. Has Jerry got palace control now? Because that could be terrible. That's absolutely terrible for the Ts now. As long as Face Crack stays alive, doesn't get himself picked, then Jerry's going to be able to absolutely tear this round apart.
He's coming out. Face Crack, they know he's there. Bit of damage through the backup box as well with the AWP. Jerry pops out. 2 members. If he found the second, maybe it's a little bit more stable, but Face Crack's still here, looking to go close range with this AWP. Pick on the side of box with smokes out as well. FaceCrack jumps in, doesn't find the kill. And this has just suddenly turned bad.
1 HP
pro100
just triples up.
Somehow.
3 of the quickest headshots you've ever seen. And the Latvians are doing the bulk of the work. Sorry, Jake. Our national pride means nothing.
That's all right,
Getting
mate.
hard carried by a different nation.
That's all right.
It's Flaric and Yakinda that are just going absolutely massive at the moment. But still, I mean, that 6-0 start has let forZe get exploited 2 rounds in a row, and they're still able to buy something you don't see too often on the CT side.
So much better from pro100.
Going for a bit of an AXE now. Jerry getting tagged up by the teammate there a little bit. Someone's getting a little bit nervous.
Jerry was like,
Maybe time for another pause.
was that? Yeah.
Shake it out a little bit.
This is what you need to talk about now. Smokes out onto the A-bomb side as well. Molly on top of scaffolding, and everything's just sent into Palace. Trying to get the push through here. pro100 just haven't committed to it yet. A lot of utility out, but not too much in response.
Yeah, forZe are completely out of util here, and pro100 haven't committed to this bomb site yet. They've just thrown out the standard sort of A smokes, and now they're heading back towards T spawn actually, and they've lost control of B apartments. Almaza's got nothing to hold it with though, apart from, you know, the good old firepower. Not sure how that's going to work out for him. That's a pretty easy one for the Ts to trade as long as the spacing's decent. And although the CTs might feel pretty comfortable that they have control of this B apartments and that they might not need to give him extra help, with no utility, there's no way that he can escape if he finds an aim tool that gets traded back quickly.
Sitting on top of the kitchen, Yakinda's going to push in first, waits to fire.
There's a trade.
Kenzor, a great trade. They'll push out onto site. Flit sitting in front of bench, and the AWP in market hasn't found anything yet. Flit is, though, turns around, 3K, doesn't make it a 4th, but FaceCrack should be able to clean this one up, and one player changes everything for forZe.
Strange round out of pro100. Just the A smokes into walking back into B apartments, and luckily, I mean, because forZe's money's been ground down that much, they just don't have a whole lot of utility after they try to counter flash and stop pro100 from getting into that A bomb site. So even without the utility, they still make the round work, and unfortunately it wasn't a very convincing one, which is going to be why the util's so bad in this round. They've lost a lot of money. They've had to go for a lot of rebuys. Just going to make the round a little bit easier for pro100 now.
See if they can get anything off the bat here.
It's going to be a bit of a 2-man sort of party in middle. Orpa posted up on a line with Def trying to make his way through unders to try to get a pick or get some control. Keep pressure on the CTs. But this creep out of A rat from the Ts, how are they not being punished for a Luane sandwich? There it is from Jerry.
And Flaric goes down first.
Just gone for a bit of a play. Just having a bit of a stroll.
Why not? It's a nice day for it.
That's why. Jerry's why.
I don't know what it's like in the Ukraine or Russia or Latvia. No, where are we? Lithuania? You know, Latvia.
Mirage?
Yeah, that's Jerry. Oh, first touch is the best. Smoke comes out, but maybe it's a little bit too late. Response there for Kenzor. And XE Power, he's been smoked out, but the pressure comes in from pro100 onto the A-bomb site. And it's Def coming through. Connector doesn't connect those shots himself. Up to Ivan, that's the one. Pete coming through jungle as well. And Kenzor will drop him down. It's XE Power. It's a 1v2. He's got hardly any health. The peak from Palace. Still not going to come through, playing with time.
Yeah, it's some structured stuff out of the Ts. I'm surprised XE Power is still going for this one, to be honest.
Well,
It's an
AWP. It
AWP.
was a nice day. There he goes.
Just hold on to the AWP. I just don't get it. Anyway, doesn't close out that 2-on-1 there. And pro100 with some pretty structured plays. Pretty consistent game plan that they all seem to be on the same page, and that's allowing them to grind this one back, and it's working out beautifully for them. They've completely reset that forZe economy that not long ago we felt like was completely out of control. Some of their players had 10k after that 6-0 start, and now that pro100 starting to get into the game a little bit more, starting to get some advantages for themselves, starting to punish some of the aggression from forZe, they are making some quick work of the CTs. Definitely on a bit of a roll here. You know, it might be 7-3 in favor of forZe, but let's be real, forZe now are on double eco potential. They've been double reset at this point in the half, and for a team that relies pretty heavily on the AWPers to get involved and get amongst it, you know, they're a pretty long way away from those AWPs being a real thing, real possibility.
Going to be quite a couple of rounds as a potential for forZe, but 7-3 in Pro 100. This is their way back in to secure these next couple of rounds.
The window and cat smokes coming out from Pro 100 and a lot of flashes over middle. You're seeing a lot of pistols being brought up and the force come out due to the fact that they're pretty much on a double eco anyway. May as well full buy into this one with a couple of smokes and see how things go for you. But this setup between short and ladder room could be a complete nightmare for Flourish here if he's not careful.
Well,
doesn't even get one.
Nightmare begins.
Gives FaceCrack an AK. I'm not feeling too great about this one now, Jake.
No, I'm not. We've seen how badly egos can go hit zone. Molly's out. Jerry's like, no, not having a bar of it. We're fine. Slow push from Con onto A. Touch there from XE Power, but he's smoked out. Got pretty low in the process. Flashbang out to help his team push in, but even with the CZ, they can't get anything done. Flit on the other side. Kenzo goes down again. This AK makes work. Hold the phone. Everyone dropped, apart from Ivan.
Yeah, just absolutely destroyed by some of these pistols in some pretty precarious positions. Not to mention some of the counter flashes coming out of forZe to enable these pistols to win the aim duels is absolutely beautiful. Clever setup in the ladder room that the T's really couldn't have seen it coming. It works out beautifully. As soon as FaceCrack got his hands on that AK and had some armor as well, I was feeling pretty uncomfortable. But now, you know, 2 AKs recovered. XE Power's now got an AWP that he wouldn't have been able to get for multiple rounds if they hadn't just won this eco, which I'm assuming is what's going to happen. FaceCrack's going to close it out. 4 alive, 3 AKs recovered, or picked up for XE Power.
Oh,
this is nightmare scenario for Pro 100 on their map pick, and their economy's cooked. Could that have gone any worse? I don't think so.
No.
That really couldn't. It's like worst case scenario.
Started all the way back with Flourish. That AK went in hand, and disaster struck here for Pro 100. Now forZe back in control. A couple of rounds for the taking for Pro 100. That would have put them back towards even. But now I feel like you're in the same position if you're Pro 100 and you're hoping for a miracle in this first half. Things might not be looking good.
They have some decent utility. So look, the name of the game really here is either, you know, you got plan A and plan B. Plan A is you get lucky, your players hit some nice deagle shots and you can make the round a lot easier for yourself. Plan B is you got to be using these utilities absolutely perfectly and getting yourself some good map control or hitting an exit onto the bomb site, because otherwise, let's face it, you're not going to make this lack of firepower work out for you.
Molly's out as well to stop that aggression. You see with the Deagles, they want to push up, get XE Power off that orb.
He needs to get out of there. Like, it's fine to let these pistolers take some control of jungler connector, as long as you don't get caught out and give them the AWP. It's going to be a bit of a split up cat, it's looking like.
Hard push onto short as well. They're going fast, but an AK waiting up at the top of apps. The entrance looking difficult here for the T side. Pro 100 gets sprayed down. And this is how it should go. Pro 100 getting taught a lesson here by forZe. Last kill, Flit secures it, clean round.
5 alive, Pro 100 still completely broke with 2k in the bank. Gonna have to take a save with only, you know, 2 rounds left after this one. It's not a feels good, it's a very much a feels bad. Well 5 said. Alive in the last. There could be 5 alive in this round for the CTs, and if that's the case, they're not going to have any money troubles for the rest of this half. Potential for a 12-3 here from forZe, and it's all thanks to Pro 100 completely throwing it in the bin.
We hyped up this matchup. We said, you know, could go to all 3 maps, but after this first one, Pilly, maybe we weigh it up a little bit more.
I mean, it's Pro 100's map pick as well.
And that's what the issue is. We're going to Inferno next. We've seen how Inferno can flip-flop around like a donkey on a mission. No?
No.
No, okay.
Not feeling it.
Not going to acknowledge that one. FaceCrack. Easy turn.
No. Come on, lads.
Oh, there's FaceCrack as well. Hang on. It's an open hand to Flourish. But after that, I'm not confident. Peek out from Jerry. And he does it the way it should be done. 10-3.
Could always rely on Jerry.
Always rely on good old Jerry. He's 11-5 in this first half. And although he hasn't been the person to focus on, I think we'll start looking at him a little bit more. 16-4 for Almeza, and at the start, we were definitely looking at him. He slowed down a little bit, but that was the couple of rounds that forZe dropped. But they've taken the driver's seat again, so expect him to join.
Well, pro100 have got util for this round. Some util being thrown over B, as well as some pressure on mid applied by Ivan, while the rest of the boys are walking out A. There's 3 CTs on this part of this side of the map, rather. Although Jerry's now been pulled over towards connector, that util's been thrown. Probably going to be a split. They're walking out A ramp without these connector players really putting any pressure on. Could be another case of forZe getting a little bit too ahead of himself. They need to be careful to avoid that landmine.
Molly over in Firebox. Face Crack sitting here calmly. Ivan opens the kill up onto Jerry. The push coming in hard here, but Face Crack goes untouched until Kenza pops out. XE Power still on site, looking for the peek around Con, but puts his AWP away a little bit too late. Def still alive, Flit still alive in the back of side here. Look at the conversion. 1 kill for Flit. That's all he needs. Firing through ticket booth. Almeza is sitting on short. The positioning from the CT side is perfect, but forZe cleaning up that. Maybe this makes it even. forZe's still down in HP. He's picked up the bomb. He's getting the heck out of Dodge. He's
been absolutely money for pro100 thus far, and he's going to have to be again. This is the best chance that they've got of coming back into this half, because if they lose this round, their money is pretty cooked. Back up to the 3K-ish mark, and they're just going to have to rely on the pistols and the grenades. But forZe's going to reposition, head around back towards B, and doesn't look like Flit's really expecting this one, which is going to mean that forZe is going to be able to plant the bomb wherever he pleases, play the post plant from wherever he likes. Going to increase his odds of winning this one quite a lot, especially with the fact that Flit doesn't have a smoke for the bomb. Only got a couple flashes to his name and a kit.
Walking up short. Now, different thought of mine here for Flit. He's going to look to check site. Short still held. Now comes a tense moment. Bomb planner for short. He's going to go, yep. Wait for it. The peek's there. Oh, Flit.
That is such a difficult shot to be able to hit in that scenario, and forZe is going to be kicking himself, but I don't feel like there's a whole lot he could do. Good news is, bomb plant's going to allow them to get the buy with AKs rather than they could have done before.
Flit there, Putin on a show, some would say. But now round point, or at least the end of the half here. And the CT side for forZe's look good. Putting up the barrel of a 12-3.
Molly into A ramp is going to slow down the T's a little bit, but they're looking to go for a quick one towards A. Good old Death Squad 4-1. Just one player throwing some utility towards middle. Don't have a whole lot of util left, and the smokes go over the top of the A bomb site. These turrets going to flood out here, Jake. Face Crack is ready, though.
Face Crack lining down the sides. 2 quick kills again, though. XE Power getting the trade. Might make a bit of a difference, but forZe's still alive around mid. Finds Flit now a 1v3. pro100 trying to go out with a bang here in the first half, and they might have just done enough to secure the round.
It's all on Almeza, and it's been pretty amazing.
He's not going to see it coming. No, that's it. So pro100 and 4. But forZe 11 is still a potent mix here coming into the second half.
Yeah, definitely limits the room for error on the CT side, which is never what you want to hear for pro100, because that CT economy can just be reset in a flash, which, you know, you can only deal with so many of that happening until, you know, you actually just lose the game when your opponent's already on double digits heading into halftime.
What a story it's been, though, for forZe in this first map. Capitalizing on some quick mistakes by pro100.
Some great performances, explosive performances from all their riflers as well. It's surprising to see XE Power have a bit of a quiet one, especially when pro100 doesn't seem to have a really strong primary AWP. But it feels like with the sort of plays that pro100 are going for, XE Power is really finding a difficult time trying to find the openings up against their T side. Obviously, they're throwing a lot of utility to sort of limit the amount of angles that the AWP can be able to find. And then by the time that he actually is able to find some decent angles onto them, they're already up in his face at connector, like trying to trade him out and stuff like that. They're boosting in window, all those kind of things. And I feel like he'd have a better time of things if he was going for a bit more of a rotation-based play like he did early on in the piece when he got that pick towards Cat and then went B-Apps and got another pick, and that was the only round he really had impact with the AWP. But all the other rounds, he's really trying to jam the triangle through the circle hole by sticking around connector. He could just rotate around to ticket and go for some different lines. See if he gets a bit more proactive on the T side.
Well, I'm about to find out, at least for the T side for pro100.
Oh, it's for forZe now, right?
But yeah, no, but I was going to say for pro100, they had some moments and there was some of that proactive play.
Yeah, definitely. They're really relying on the sort of team approach, it seems, for pro100, which can be a little worrying sometimes heading into the CT side where, you know, teamwork's one thing. You got to have some good like play off of you know, between teammates, but you definitely need to be able to hold your spot as well.
Just waiting to reset and get into the second half. Now, CT was pretty dominant there, or partially dominant for forZe. You're still hoping for the same result from pro100 because we expected a competitive map. We expected a competitive series. And if this one goes the way of, you know, 16-5 or that 16-6, then we start looking towards Inferno as maybe not everything that we wanted to see. Matches live, there's no Japendo Vendo. What was the other one?
Yes.
No, I'm sorry. My Portuguese is horrible. I apologize to anyone if I've offended out there. But no, this time we're looking at forZe on the T side.
It's 5 armors. Decoys into mid, and they're just going to go for a bomb site hit.
Hard and fast. Almeza leading the charge. Top fragger. Or at least he was top fragger before.
Straight up jungle, it actually is. A lot of jumping terrace here. Pretty hard for the CTs to be able to hit. That's just 4 CTs dead. That's disaster for pro100.
Gonna pretend like I hear everything in my ear. Yakenda finding a pick. Then over in mid, bomb goes down. forZe with a 3v1. Pretty easy round for them.
Definitely has been so far. I mean, Yakinda, he hasn't got a kit, and he just gets absolutely deleted by Almeza. That's a 3K for him. He's having quite the game for himself so far.
Hey, boy. I assume we're there the whole time. forZe with that opening round. Strengths lie in the pudding. Says no one ever.
Love me some pudding. I could go for some pudding right now.
I actually hate pudding. On the way back from when we came back from IEM Champs on the plane, that pudding that had like
Sticky
protein powder in it.
Oh,
man,
really?
that tasted like gunk.
I gave that to my girlfriend.
Did you? Well done. And this is a hard push again though. Face Crack by himself. Now there's a couple of CTs on this side. 4 on the stack. Face Crack just sitting there.
What's going on?
I don't know. But he's done enough.
They've done it again. I've seen forZe do this before. They throw a lot of pressure towards A, and then they just go all the way to the other side of the map. And it's worked out beautifully again. It seems to be their standard anti-eco play, which is just very odd.
If it works, it works. What?
Look, I don't know if that even qualifies as working. That was pretty shaky from XC Power.
Oh,
Jerry, though, the opposite of shaky.
Jerry. He just doesn't stop, does he? Flit will clean the rest. And an exciting round, but I mean, 3 guns out, doesn't matter. There were SMGs, no one cares.
Pretty surprised Jerry showed the mercy there in market.
Yeah, look, I mean, Jerry does.
He stopped it too.
He said that's enough.
If Jerry wills it, he will get all 5, but he's just going easy on his opponents.
Jerry.
The fearsome Jerry.
I just love how we're doing, you know, it's a rush. They're all Russian. And there's just a guy called Jerry.
No one else has bought. What is going on?
Not too sure. The hero M4.
Not a
push
thing.
out. Flourish is dead first. And this round is kind of forfeit. Especially in such an important round. It's interesting. Yakenda bursted down.
He's got no HPs.
He drops. And that's a bit of an issue. Now, big trade-offs though, and it's Ivan again.
Yeah, look, they really didn't need to force that one. And Kenzo, I'm surprised that didn't hit head. But Yakinda gets him through the box. And this is actually a 2-on-3.
Maybe it works. Peek through stairs. 2v2. Jerry drops as well. Oh, no, sorry. Jerry doesn't drop. Yakenda.
Yeah, he does drop.
Goes down.
Drops his opponents.
Drops a lot. Kenzor's made it a 1-on-1 with the Deagle. He's in front of bomb now. He can threaten the defuse. Walks up.
I don't think he's got it, though.
Oh,
we're going to find out.
I think he does. He's got it.
Wow.
So the defuse comes through, and pro100, whatever that strike was, it worked.
Look, honestly, forZe really forcing the issue through that jungle smoke there. Definitely didn't need to go for that one, and puts them in a scenario where if they just stay behind their own smokes there rather than pop flashing through, they just win the round.
Yep.
They just play the normal post plant, they'll do fine. Which is not something I'm used to seeing from forZe. Usually they're, you know, they're pretty sensible, at least in the games that I've watched. So
not tonight. Maybe they're playing by Australian time. Who knows? But forZe at least dropping that round raises some questions. Now for more questions walking forward. pro100 picked up an AWP on Ivan. And Ivan is watching through jungle. Flourish is there as well. Sorry, he's at the back end. Finds the opening kill. Amazer just pushes aggressively forward. No kills just opening yet. The molly doesn't reach him. Jerry forcing him into a corner, and forZe, they're just pushed onto A site, taking this aggressively. pro100 have all rotated around, so bomb's not even down just yet. You can see they're all in such an aggressive position. Over the smoke, the peek's there. Jerry finds one with the Galil. Kenzo comes back around, but XE Power closes it out. CT is no longer a factor. And Ivan peeking around with the AWP. Towards the back of sight. Flashes in. pro100, the flank from Yekenda has just changed everything again. This man is an animal. Someone needs to put him on a leash. Is it XE Power? It is. But Def comes back in, picks up a kid on the way. But he has this. This
is some close round wins for pro100 though, and they got a massive break, winning that 1-1 where Kenzo just went absolutely ballistic with the Deagle. So, look, it's good to see them pick some more rounds up. It's good to see them keep this game nice and competitive, but I'm not really convinced just yet.
I would agree with that. This is a cluster. Billy, is that fair of me to say?
Yeah.
Without saying the word that follows it usually? It's interesting. It's interesting because we had high expectations of forZe coming in, but you also said that it would be quite close, that pro100 would be the team that would challenge them, and that there is no real favourite in this matchup because both were expected to go through to the minor.
Yeah, but I don't know. Don't consider myself an expert. And that's just...
Well, you are, mate. That's why you're next to me.
Okay.
No, because I'm not the expert.
Yeah.
You are the expert. See?
All right.
It all works out.
It's, got to get the hedging statements in, though, just in case I'm wrong.
No, it doesn't work like that. You put in the statements that you're always right. Then if anyone questions you, you silence them forever.
Good on mute. Chuck in their mute.
Oh, well, no, I'm talking about something a little bit more aggressive, but no, your mute's good. A couple of quick shots. Hang on. 2 down.
Jerry. Man of the people.
There was also a bit of the old crack as well. Well, I realise that doesn't sound great. Oh, Jerry. Again, he had a hit sitcom for years. Now he's popping on the field of CSGO. Stuck in a 1v2. Might just save away this weapon or pick up the bomb and look to take this through. No armor on Jerry, but he's picked up 2 kills and he's feeling good.
Can still make this one work if he finds the right angle on one of these CTs and makes his way to the bomb site. Going up cat here could definitely work, but Kenzo all the way back in market. Going to be a lot harder to exploit the lad.
Well, Jerry just pops out a shot, so they know where he is, or at least know where he's coming. Bomb's up, bomb's down. Ooh. Where's bomb going? He's going to die. See you, Jerry. And that'll be the end of his story, at least for this round. 7 rounds now for pro100.
Yeah, but these close rounds, time and time again, coupled with the fact that they lost 3 guns in the last, is absolutely cooking their economy. They've got no money left to play with, and it's only a matter of time until forZe picks up 1 round and they break pro100's cash and put themselves further towards match point. Only chance for pro100 to get back in this game is start winning some more clean rounds. 4 alive at least. Seeing some mid-control be attempted by forZe, but they're not really forcing the issue too much. Kind of just XE Power playing some AWP lines, waiting for someone to peek into his scope. No one obliges him though, so... Now, T's slowly moving their way down mid. Need to be careful to navigate Yekenda's rifle. Playing aggressive up on short there with a mate. Who's that with him? Is Kenzor. Def as well, walking around jungle here.
We're going to be spotting them out. Face crack going in first.
This is important duels to win for both teams.
Around the side. I think you would have heard that.
Going to be a lot of pressure on Def here.
Just waiting for the moment. Not too much utility on Flip.
The overall positioning really favours the Ts here because there's a lot of CTs towards B apartments right now. So there needs to be some CTs winning some main duels, or this is going to be a pretty one-sided one for forZe here.
Pirates sitting underneath scaffolding. Smokes out. The push denied by Def. Another push going to come through from Jerry, or maybe not just yet. The T have pushed onto side, but Flourish underneath this scaffolding. He's found to deny it away. The grenade will go out, but it might be a little bit too late. Just doesn't see where he's come from. 3K there for Flourish in that round. Straight
back into it for pro100 though, and they even pick up the double AWP and upgrade to AKs. 4 Alive is going to start to build their money, not to mention the fact that forZe is pretty broke after that victory, so potential here for pro100 to finally start building up their money despite closing out a couple close rounds. And I mean, not just close rounds at this point, we're looking at the game score getting a lot closer. Quick one towards apartments for a lot of these Ts. Flashes go over the top and they've looking like they should be hitting Def. There's the second one actually hitting him and it's going to make him fluff the shot. Face crack picks him up as well.
Flourish here should clean up the rest. Orb here in jungle. Ivan missed that shot. Should be able to still push in. Flashes out. All right, Ivan. Good work. So a couple of guns disrupted once again. And that'll end the round. So pro100 managed to hold on as a lot of teams would expect to do. That's the word, that's English.
2 guns going down. But I'd say their economy in a pretty good place. At least can afford to lose 1 round before forZe make their way to match point. Only losing that 1 round, forZe can be on 14 and they can try to fight back into the game and reset forZe, potentially get the score a little bit closer. But name of the game is definitely winning some more convincing CT rounds like we saw in the previous gun. Full buy out for forZe. There's Orb, duel run by Ivan. XE Power being pretty absent in this game, you have to admit.
Yeah.
Usually one of the standouts for you boys on forZe, and that's a great pop flash to send Def in. Face crack.
He's just stuck inside the house. Not even an entrance in. He's asking, let me in. But safe houses, they got rid of those years ago in Australia.
He's got the bomb as well.
So
wow,
definitely not going to let someone in that house. Yeah, he gets out, maybe through the cover of smoke. Rotation will come through, but that opening onto XE Power has once again set the round up for pro100.
It's going to be on Jerry and Almeza to make some plays towards a bomb site here.
Peeking his way through. Not sure if he saw the man in jungle. That smoke actually might favour Jerry, in my non-expert opinion. Yeah, what do you think? Is there a peak there?
Look, let me tell you a secret about smokes in CS.
They're important.
What? Well, the spectator view of the smoke is never representative of what the player sees.
Fair enough. As you can see here, smoke over the top of CT. Little peek there. Almeza takes a bit of damage, but Jerry again. He finds Flourish. This will open up the site. The boost up onto stairs here on the back of A side, but jungle still seems to be a problem. It's Def and it's Ivan again. Able to maintain pressure over this A bomb site. The rotation's coming through, but it's Flip here who sits on short, gets tapped down by Kenzor. And 1 versus 4, boy oh boy, have pro100 come back into this game? I'm starting to think yes.
And that's another 4 alive for the CT side. It's going to start to feel a little bit out of control for forZe at this point. They can buy up again into this round, but good luck resetting the CTs anytime soon. It's not going to happen. Another tack pause out for forZe, and you'd expect to see it. Good time to take it. They've still got a bit of a round buffer, so plenty of room for a couple more mistakes, but it definitely feels like they've been running into a wall the last couple of rounds.
Momentum definitely favouring the side of pro100 here. Past couple of rounds, I feel like they've been building off the back of that first original round that they upset forZe and they kind of got back into the swing of things.
Yeah, those individual clutches and the close rounds started to get pro100 back into it, but where they really got back on top of the horse was winning a couple clean ones on the CT side and get their economy going.
And remember, it was a 6-0 start here for forZe on the CT side.
They're a pretty streaky team. Can get those very, very quick starts and then fall a little bit flat, as we're seeing. It's going to be play towards A. 3 through Palace. Flashes go over the top. Going to push Ivan back, and he smartly falls back. Ikindar punishing one from jungle as well.
Ikindar finds that one even under the flash. Almeza is down, and suddenly a 4v5. Once again, Def peeks through. A trade-off from XE Power, but Ivan's still alive here with the orb, peeking through. Almost finds another, and actually does through the flash. A quick hit by Ikindar once again, and that'll be the bomb getting defused. Quick round there from pro100. Aggression still by forZe.
forZe just didn't really have the timing exactly correct on that Palace pop there. They needed to go out with the flashbangs. They're a couple seconds off, which gives Ivan the opportunity to actually fall back into CT spawn and reposition. Ikindar picking one up from jungle as well, which meant the flashes weren't exactly on point. And a couple minor details being the difference between forZe pretty solidly taking that bomb site there and losing the round. Going to be a bit of a contact towards B. This is a pretty worrying trend here for forZe now. It feels like they're really trying to force the issue on this T side, and a bit more of an execute coming out this time around. 3 smokes coming out. Flash is completely blinding Ikindar, who's playing retake on the bomb side, as well as Kenzor, but he actually picks one up. The smoke's aren't up yet.
Ikindar finds another on top of Van. The bomb is down. pro100 once again find these opening frags, and there's going to be an issue to bring this round back. forZe might be facing down the barrel of a 13-13. Jerry is peeking through. Nice head, Jerry. And Ikindar drops him in the middle of market. Bomb is down once again for forZe, but how long can they hold off this B site? It's a 5 versus 2. Ikindar throws a grenade in like no tomorrow. Just picks up the deagle. Look at the confidence of this man. Almeza sitting on the back of site, but he knows he can't do it. Bomb defused once again. And pro100, not only have they made their way back in this game, they're looking good to keep that momentum flowing.
They're looking dominant. They're really firmly back in control of this game, even though they're down in rounds. Here comes the buy out of forZe. AWP picked up again for XE Power, who's made very little impact with it in this entire game, except for one round on CT side. Double Orb absolutely decimating the side of forZe, and they look like they're completely out of ideas at this point. Went for the BXE that time around, but just going out a little bit too quick before the smokes and running across the top of Van, completely open to the market door. Just a little bit too whimsical on the way into the bomb side at that point when, you know, they've been punished time and time again for their entry paths onto the site.
Now trying to change things up. What a start it was for Almeza. But just come to a crushing halt. The last round to kind of make an impact. forZe might be in some trouble. They push forward. That molly forcing them out.
Just a 1-for-1 for the T side. Gives them a little bit more pressure in middle. Going to start to cause some rotations. But Ikindar's pushed all the way through B apartments. Jerry in a prime position to be able to make some impact here. Flourish through, actually. Jerry, where's the punish? Oh, he's in Palace right now.
Still sitting on top of scaffolding. At least FaceRack comes in and gets a one-tap. But Ivan's sitting in CT with the AWP once again. The flash is out. They peek him. For once, he doesn't find the opening shot. And the challenge in the 1v1 won't happen. Ivan has to back off. And with this bomb plant, this might actually be okay until Ivan sees face crack, cracks him one in the head for him. And pro100, it's a 3 versus 2 now. 2 members heading towards CT.
It's XE Power's time to show up here with the AWP. He's going to be given some opportunities to actually find some picks, but the flash is perfect from pro100. More utility for Ikindar. He's throwing it out. Smoke towards the site, but that's an excellent shot.
Again, the peak coming through CT. The defuse is there. Has to back off through the smoke. Now the 1v2. Ikindar gets the touch onto Jerry. Through the smoke again. He's wondering, is he still going? The defuse faked, but he will lose the AWP at the cost of a round. Definitely worth it in the eyes of forZe.
Here's the reset potential for pro100. forZe might have secured their 14th round, but their economy is absolutely cooked. Not going to be able to buy all the grenades that they want. Only a couple of flashes and smokes on the majority of their players who are going to be able to buy AK and armor. Over on the side of pro100 though, they have money for days. They can go straight back into the double orb setup. They have all the utility in the world to be able to quickly shut down some of these rush plays that forZe might have to lean towards due to the fact that they've got pretty bad money and pretty bad options of utility across the board. So going to have to be a pretty good call out of forZe to put the nail in the coffin and cement this game, because otherwise, even though they're up 14-12, or I think that's the score anyway, yep, even though they're up 14-12, they're still kind of losing this game just due to the economy factor now built up for the CTs.
A change around pro100. It's never over until the Ukraine sings, apparently.
Lord, here's looking like another B exit out of forZe.
Gonna be quick as well. Kenzo has spotted this though, even with the molly there. Knows there's quite a bit of presence in that B apps. Jump down from Van, flashed out. Yekenda's already here. Look at the rotation coming through from pro100. The push out is fast, but Kenzo can't open up the bank account there. Yekenda and Def getting a couple openers there. Yekenda's gone untouched once again. And FaceCracker's wondering, where the hell is this guy? It's a little bit too late, and XE Power gets rammed.
That is pretty much the nail in the coffin, I feel like. forZe's economy is cooked. They're on a full reset. They win one round and instantly get reset. It's a double eco for XE Power. It's a double eco for Almeza. It's a double eco for FaceCrack. They need a bomb plant, or they need a pistol round win again, or pro100's looking like they're going to be skipping pretty quickly towards 15 rounds. And
oh, yeah.
It feels like forZe's got no chance on this up against this CT side now that they've got the money control.
Maybe their hope goes towards that overtime, Pilly. If so, it would be a very close map one. Opening again is Ivan. Just peeks his head out and says, Jerry, good to see you, mate. 4 versus 5 with pistol. 14-14.
These things coming out of the core. This bomb plant's huge. If they get this bomb plant here, oh my god, that's absolutely massive for forZe. That can actually mean that they can buy into this 14th round with, you know, not the best buy, but 4.5 to 5k is much better than they'd be looking at before. Be pretty limited in terms of the utility on the AKs, and I mean, look, let's face it, they're really not finding the options that they need when they don't have the utility to be able to lock down some of these lines from the AWPers.
Well, you said it, Pilly. We've actually got a buy on the board, so now it becomes much more competitive there for forZe. pro100, this AWP has been so much more impactful for them, but AK's all across the board for forZe. There's a molly sent down mid, and XE Power hasn't had the same impact in this game as we wanted him to. We find out if forZe can make something work here in round 29.
It's a double up in Palace, might be pretty indicative of the late round play that forZe tends to go for. See the bomber heading back through spawn. Has got a flash to get these players out. Palace, 2 players heading up connector. This could be pretty dangerous. It's going to be on Def to stop these players coming up to through connector and pressuring some of these A players. But both of the players on A are in positions that aren't really vulnerable towards connector. So the question really remains, I mean, I think it's a similar sort of situation as we saw in a previous round where forZe, they're going for this slow crawling A split, and the CTs are now needing to win some of these aim duels very badly, and if they're not able to do so pretty quickly, it's going to be a pretty ugly one for pro100.
Flourish in a good position once again, right underneath the scaffolding. Bit of damage onto him early. So he has been spotted out, but able to push through this smoke. Everyone jumps down. forZe have found their opening frag into the A bomb site. Everything over the top with so much utility, but in the back, Def just pops out of the smoke. Almeza gets a trade, but it has been okay for pro100. Down another member. I'll take that back, but on the side, Yekenda's picked up 2. He's got the AK, and now suddenly in a 1v2, Almeza has to do the impossible. Kenzo sitting in the middle of smoke. He's waiting for it to dissipate. Just moments away here for the Ukrainians. They're spotting him, but right in the head, right in the noggin. 5 seconds remaining, playing with time. Yekenda sits in CT, waiting for the peak to come out, but he's cooked it once again. Bomb plan hasn't gone down. He dies at the end of the round, and pro100 on match point.
$600 in the bank. forZe's just absolutely thrown that one away. They had the trades back and forth, but they let Yekenda come in with the peak from CT. Just 2 quick headshots, and that was the end of the forZe dream, it feels like. You'd have to throw this one absolutely in the bin to lose this round as pro100. All the utility in the world to stop any of these gimmicky pistol plays and SMG quick ones out of the T side, which is what we're going to see them go towards.
One moment changed everything. And one moment has pretty much given this map on a silver platter to pro100. The comeback from 6-0 in the CT side for forZe. Look at Flash, he's just peeked behind him. He's gone through the smoke. They've pushed through, but they don't know he's here. He turns back around, cleans them all up. forZe may have picked up a couple, but that's still that M4 around. So forZe pick up Mirage somehow, some way. 16-14.
pro100 won it.
Sorry. pro100 caught up in the moment there. It should have been forZe.
It should have been forZe, actually. Yeah, they definitely should have won that one. Like, losing that pistol round where Kenzor like 1v3'd them or something, and that completely turned the economy around. They lost so many clutches that they could have been able to close out on the T side, and that really was it. I mean, that should have been a forZe map. They had the 11-4, like, the 11-4 lead, but some of their players just couldn't find the impact later into that game after the strong starts.
I mean, that strong start there should have surmounted into, you know, a forZe win. But in the end of the day, pro100 16-14, not a convincing win or a convincing match from either side at some point, but still a very competitive one. We go into Inferno next, so we're going to take a break just so we can get more into the games.